Okay. That should be good. Close that. Put that there. Grab all this. Drew, welcome in.
Hello.
Let's get all this set up. Siegfried, hello, hello. No name, welcome in. We are ready. Let's do it.
You are very quiet to me.
Sorry, I'm trying not to talk loud because the boy is asleep. I've turned up my mic. Hopefully that is better. Let's see if I can open a drink without waking the boy up. I got like 12 hours of sleep last night.
Nice.
And now I feel really tired. So, it is what it is, I suppose. But maybe I needed it. I hope everybody's doing well today.
I had a very weird nightmare last night, but it didn't really interrupt my sleep. I had a dream about being asleep and having a sleep paralysis demon attack, and I woke up pissed.
That's I totally get what
weird.
you're talking about. Like,
Yeah.
you know it's a dream.
No. Like I was dreaming. I remember being in my dream and then laying down to sleep and getting in my dream, in my other dream, getting attacked by a sleep paralysis demon. It
Okay.
was this weird level of meta awareness that I usually only experience in TTRPG games. And I woke up from that pissed and then was like, it's not so bad actually, and just rolled over and fell back to sleep. It was very funny.
That's good. Alexander, yeah, I'm glad I get to use the... It's weird because like a lot of times when I do commissions, I don't get to share them with the community. And so I'm trying to find better ways to share, because I really like a lot of the commissions I've done, and I just don't get to share them with people. So yeah, I'm glad I got to use that one. I thought that was a pretty good voice for that the gnome, the rainbow gnome. That is a goblin man. Full-grown goblin man. Alexander, did I ever send you I made stickers of that one as well. Did I ever send you a sticker? If I didn't, let me know and I'll mail you one on Discord, just to make sure I can get that too. You have, okay. That was a while ago, so yeah. Hit me up on Discord, and I'll get your address from you. I think you're in the U.S. I hope. Maybe that's why you didn't get one. If not, if you are in the U.S., I think I can send mail internationally now, and it's not going to be a ridiculous thing. But either way, hit me up on Discord, and I'll get your address, and I'll mail you out a sticker. You're in Denmark, no worries. We can try. I think it's like $2 or something. That could be why I didn't send one out. But I've been able to do that in the past just by like throwing a bunch of stamps on things.
You ended up trying to send.
I sent Jonas a package, and
in
they
Finland.
did not like it. They did not like it, and they returned it to me.
Yeah. You tried to get that to him for like a year and a half.
Twice. Yep, I tried to send it twice, and both times they rejected it. So, yeah, but that was a big package with some weird stuff in it. To be fair, it was some weird stuff. I had the old mask in there. I had an old rook mask, which I think it's time to start doing some more sculpting. Since the boy doesn't like it when I draw. I mean, he does. Like, he wants to draw the whole time. I might be able to do some sculpting if I give him some Play-Doh or something. Speaking of which, Druid.
Yep.
If I take my clay mask
Mm-hmm.
and I make a bird.
Yep.
I don't want to use silicone anymore.
Yeah,
Making
no.
a silicone mold is a pain in the ass.
It absolutely is.
What's my other options?
Plaster.
Plaster, just straight plaster. I could make like a slip mold. That would be pretty neat.
Yeah.
Ooh, but that would be also a pain in the ass with the bust, because I have a big bust that I sculpt on.
Mm-hmm. And
I can figure it
plaster
out.
is also not really less of a pain in the ass than silicone. I mean, like, it is,
Yeah.
but
It's cheaper. It's
Yeah.
it's cheaper is what it is.
it does come with some of its own issues because you gotta be more like you have to plan out significantly better how you want to build up the keys so the mold fits together. You have to be really careful about undercuts on your sculpture because plaster is not flexible, right? So if you have any like little areas on your mask where plaster could like seep in and catch, yeah, like you basically have to go over your entire sculpture very carefully and either remove those or build a really complex plaster mold so that you can remove it without damaging anything. So yeah,
Of course.
like, no matter what you do, building a mold's going to be finicky.
Yeah, because I think the big problem is like when I used to do slip molds, I then have to buy slip and I have to dry it and I have to fire it, which maybe is not what I want.
Yep.
Because I think I want to use like paper mache for the final,
Mm-hmm.
the final piece. So can I make a paper mache mold and then put a paper mache mold in the inside? Maybe I can't. Maybe I just need silicone. Maybe I need to use less silicone and then build a paper mache mold on the outside of it and then use that to cast more molds with paper mache. Like plaster of Paris. I could just pour plaster of Paris into it and let it.
Yeah. Your last mold, did you not have a like a rigid outer mold case frame thing?
I did. It was. I made it out of like a styrene foam clay.
Okay.
Yeah, which worked. It worked. It was just a pain in the ass. And then I did that so that I could use resin, which was a pain in the ass. It's just like a whole bunch of things. All right, so here we are. This is a weird rugby I've drawn. The boy is still asleep, so I'm going to try to get some art done before he wakes up. This is a weird looking rugby. Apparently this is fully awake rugby. Am I drawing really small? I am drawing really small. That's okay. I accidentally closed chat. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that, Andrew. I appreciate it. Block Prime, welcome in. Elliot, welcome in. No name. Got some Deutsch going on there. I hope that's appropriate. My German is... I guess German is probably the weakest language of languages that I know. Because I know a little bit, but I can't speak it.
Yeah, the only thing I can remember, the only thing I've really retained from high school German was swears and a little bit of pronunciation. German is an excellent language to cuss in.
German just sounds like you're cussing regardless. Like that's the...
I mean, not always, but often.
Okay, we got some little rugbies here. I think that's fine.
Since the proportions are way off.
Sleep well, kid. Thank you, thank you. I will turn off the ads, Elliot. Everyone can thank Elliot for turning off ads. If we get a few more today, I think I might let the kid draw when he wakes up. Make him make some money. We'll see what happens. 15 years from your last class in it, yeah. I took German, French, Spanish, and Japanese. So, like...
Damn.
I don't know why I had to take 4 different languages, but I did. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Mm.
I remember very little of all of them. I took like 3 or 4 years of Japanese, but 2 of those years I just hung out in the photography lab. So I didn't actually learn anything. The teacher did not like me, and so I would just, at the beginning of class, be like, I have to go to the bathroom, and then I would just leave. And she never cared. She just didn't care. What was I doing? Oh, turning off ads. Turning off ads. Too many buttons. Okay, there we go. We don't have that many suggestions today, so we might get through quite a few of them, I hope. Can't tell if my glasses are dirty or my eyeballs sucks today. A little bit of both. Yep, my glasses were dirty. Okay. I need a roll 1 to 7. Somebody roll me a number 1 to 7. Let chat do it. You keep working. Oh, I'm in YouTube chat. I'm not in Restream chat. Oh no, are people on Twitch? I'm so sorry. There we go. Nobody's on Twitch. Okay. We're fine. 4. Alright, let's see what a 4 is. An aboleth druid wizard who is a scientist. Aboleths are the weird fish creatures, right?
Yeah. 3 eyes in the center of their face, 4 tentacles.
What the hell am I thinking of then? Because I was thinking of one of these, like, weird spiny cucumber things.
That might be a higher level aboleth. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What you're drawing is the 5e one specifically.
Okay. I dig it. These are cool.
Based off of lampreys?
How do you choose your background splash?
Oh, it's super arbitrary, like all the time. But usually I try to go with a color that's pretty close to the background already so that I can just kind of wash it out. Go really low opacity because I don't want to like get rid of all of the background texture. I just want to lessen.
Grab a background color. I'm gonna drop the opacity like 50%, and then just that'll just kind of, I guess that'll like uniform the
exactly.
that area.
Well,
right?
that's why I made the joke Wednesday that I was gonna gesso the canvas.
Gotcha.
That's all it is.
Let's try that. That's kind of cool. I like it.
Yeah.
A yabba dabba dabbleth. Fred Flintstone.
Good grief.
Flintstones, meet the Flintstones.
I'm doing okay with drawing today, but I feel like I'm not happy with any of the poses. I think that means that I need to do more figure drawing. More gesture drawing.
I've been trying to use reference when I do my sketches at night.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's helped a little bit, but Sometimes you just need a kick in the butt, you know?
Yep. I have been practicing a lot more recently. And I've been trying to do the thing where you stop before you exhaust yourself so that I get excited to do it, to do more the next day.
Oh, for exercising?
Yeah. Well, yes, both for exercising physically, but also for my drawing.
Gotcha.
Because I was burning myself out.
These are basically giant catfish. Like,
Yeah, yeah. They are supposed to be big, primordial, eldritch catfish.
mm-hmm. I'm realizing now I don't need the restream chat if I have YouTube and Twitch open. This one. And this one. And then where did Twitch go? Did I accidentally close Twitch? I think I looked up Aboleths and erased Twitch. Okay. There we go. We'll try that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of. I guess I've been doing so much like commission art and stuff that like
Mm-hmm.
I don't get tired of drawing. I just get like mentally fatigued. I'm just like I need a break.
Yep.
So I don't know if I've done that. And then with working out, I basically just always push myself to the point of like really tired and then stop. Like I try to not go over that limit. So that could be what you're talking about. For like comparison.
Yeah,
I
kind
never
of.
thought of it that way.
I think so.
Because to my mind, there's 2 or 3 different stages of working out, right? Like there's
Yep.
pushing yourself to like to your limit and then stopping, and that's good sometimes. And then there's just like a general workout where it's like you go home and you feel fine. And if I'm working out like every day a week, I'll do that, right? It's just like I'm not gonna push hard. I'm gonna get in the amount of effort I want to get in, and then I'll stop. But if I want to like bulk up or build or like try to lift more or something, you have to go to that point of like fatigue, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're not really gaining anything. You're just maintaining. So, I get that, but most people just do really bad impressions of Hitler and say German. What? Oh, okay. It took me a second to figure out what you're talking about. One is really aggressive, one is really not. That's fair. Like I had a German instructor in college, and one of my friends was from Germany, and they both made the same jokes all the time. Like we just always sound angry, even though I had many conversations with them, and they would speak in German sometimes just for fun and not purposely be angry. So I know it is a stereotype, and I just think it's a fun one. German is an excellent language to cuss. German insults, do you know? I don't know any German insults. I just know what my grandmother used to yell at me all the time. So.
I remember how to call somebody a shithead.
Yep.
But I'm also not even going to attempt any, like, I'm not even going to attempt German in the stream.
I like drawing catfish, but I'm struggling with this one. I don't know why. I feel like I'm not getting the shape I want. I think the 3 eyes is throwing me off a little bit.
Yep.
And then they have like lamprey mouth.
Yeah.
Which is also weird.
Yeah, because lampreys don't have any jaws.
Yeah.
And then you're also doing that thing where you're like, it's got eyes, which means you gotta figure out how the eyes fit in the skull.
Exactly. So I think we're gonna go a little more. We're gonna go a little bit weirder, just in general. And then we're gonna give it a wizard hat. You know, language is hard when people don't even attempt to do it. Yeah.
It's mostly because I was like the only reason I passed my high school German class is because I was told that I had a very like excellent North German pronunciation, and I definitely don't have that anymore. I'm all like, imposter syndrome. If I can't do it as good as I did, then why bother?
Everything you were told in high school is a lie.
That's probably true as well.
That's how I live my life.
Especially in an American high school.
What was that?
Especially American high school.
Oh, yeah. I've been struggling a lot with trying to figure out the gentle parenting bullshit that exists. I'm just trying to like find a good balance of how do you raise the child without just arbitrarily breaking them on accident. So I've been doing a lot of like introspection and dealing with stuff. He's also not old enough to really understand anything yet, so it's a lot of just like not even punishment, but just like, well, this is going to make you mad and there's nothing I can do about that, so here we go.
Yep. You really are still working in the theoretical stage of parenting, so
somebody I watched a thing this morning and they basically said that like at the age that he's at, he's not actually like making choices. He's just learning to regulate his emotions. So like if I do something that would make him sad, he's just gonna freak out and scream, right? Like he's not actually throwing a tantrum per se. He's just like, now I'm immensely sad, and it's like, yep, sorry kid, figure it out. Like so then that's when a lot of people fall into like spoiling somebody because they don't let them learn to regulate their emotions.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, no, you did something and now I can't let you do it and you're gonna be mad about it, and that's okay. You gotta be mad about it. Nothing I can do will make this better. Because if I let you do the thing that you can't do, then nobody's winning right now. So
there's a certain subset of parents that definitely never learn that lesson.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that I need to hear those things, right? Like,
yeah,
because I think most people would just be like, oh, I don't want him to scream. Screaming bad. It's like, nah, he can scream a little bit. Like, screaming is natural. Most important is you and your wife just working together. My cousin turned 4, already spoiled because the parents don't work together. His mom just lets him do whatever he wants. Yeah. I can understand that. No, we work really hard to try to be on the same page with everything, so. A big one is he just like doesn't like being put on the floor ever. It's just like hold me all the time. And so if you have to put him down for some reason and he starts screaming, it's like we have to just let him scream, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's rough. It's really rough because your immediate response is like, "Oh, baby crying, pick up." It's like, nope, 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 nope. Baby crying, baby safe, baby cry on floor. just let it happen. It sucks. It's like I hate it. Be happy, baby. And like, there are times when he'll cry for a long time just because he's upset, and you feel like a horrible, shitty person. And then there are other times like you'll have to put him on the floor. He'll scream like madly, and then immediately see something else and be like, "Oh," and then be happy again. It's just like, "Oh, okay, yeah." Like it's you're totally fine. How fleshy. We're trying to get this, what, Aboleth Wizard? Is that what it was?
Yep. I think... Druid. No, Aboleth Druid.
Wait, was it a Druid?
Yeah.
Shit. Well, I can't give him a wizard hat. Druid Wizard. Okay, I can give him a wizard hat. We're fine.
Oh. Multi-class. Excuse me. I only heard the important one.
Do you have to give him antlers too?
I mean, that's one way. Either that or the big old sunflower.
I was sent 2 martial art lessons pretty early, and having an ex-military guy who was special forces now doing Krav Maga with kids disciplines. You respect, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, from what I've seen about gentle parenting is like thing that looks good to me is that when done correctly, it's a methodology for teaching your child how to discipline themselves and understand what they're seeing and feeling, like how to regulate themselves in a healthy way.
Yeah, I think that's a big the issue I have with it, and maybe this goes back to D&D as well, is just like there is a level of, I don't want to say, I need to say this the right way. Uh-oh, the kid's awake.
Uh-oh.
Gentle parenting feels like you're talking down to them a lot because you're talking to their level, right? Like that's the biggest thing, is like gentle parenting needs to be done in a way where you are calm and you are adequately able to talk to them at their level. And then I think the problem becomes when people use that, like they don't keep up with their kid, right? Like your kid is more mature than you're giving them credit for, and you're keeping them in this state of just hyper-regulation, which I don't like. And it becomes passive-aggressive. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, too. Hi, kid. Oh, my goodness. Good morning. Good morning. You want to come down? Come on. Oh, hello. Oh, squish, 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 squish. Oh, sleepy boy. Oh, sleepy boy. It's the
I
same thing
do
with like
still,
Montessori learning.
yeah,
Is
yeah,
like Montessori learning is kind of the opposite. They're like, oh, treat every child like an adult, and it's like you should give them the respect of an adult, but they're still children. Like,
yeah, yeah,
so nothing works perfectly for everything. So it's always a matter of
yeah.
working with it. And that's one of
Almost.
the reasons I made the NPC videos, because I really felt like the like Lars and Kevin DMing were kind of talking down to us as players. It's like, I don't need that. You know, like there's a difference between
Yeah, yeah,
hand holding a game and trying to make a game simple, right?
yeah.
Lars and Kevin both really like narrative driven things, and so they will often cutscene it, right? They'll just
Yep.
like, hey, I'm just gonna do this. Like, well, I want to interact. Like, no, let me finish this first. It's like, but okay, great. Like, I want there to be repercussions. Like, let me do something and then tell me what happens. You know, that's how D&D is supposed to work. And that's something also that's just like new DMs kind of have to learn.
Yep.
No. Not cool. What can I do to make a weird fish monster look like a druid? Stop it.
That was a good question.
That is not appropriate.
Bah.
Okay, going on the floor. Case in point.
I mean, you could just put antlers coming out of big old tree branch antlers coming out of that hat. Or put a shillelagh in one of those tentacles. I was gonna make this a staff, but I think it's a fishing rod now.
Oh, jeez. It's a giant penis monster.
Everything's a giant penis monster.
I mean, aboleth specifically are giant penis monsters.
True. Wow, what just happened?
Oh, jeez, kid. Any ideas about Abjuration Wizard Tower Dungeon for a fourth... Stop it. Fourth level for...
He did not enjoy that.
You need food, kid? Is that what's going on? I'll be right back, everybody. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if he's just hungry or something.
I guess that means I'll read Block Prime's thing. Any idea for an Abjuration Wizard Tower dungeon for 4 level 1s? Second floor is a mimic. The party arrived there. Wizard has corrupted himself into a monster that is a husk of his former self. Transmutation. Okay. No worries. Let's see. Level 1s. What system, Block Prime? What system you running?
Okay, what was the question?
Tower dungeon for 4 level 1 characters, run by a transmutation wizard. Second floor already has a mimic. And the wizard themselves have 2014 5e. Okay.
Nice. Okay, so the things you're missing are a dungeon, and that dungeon doesn't have to be like a prison dungeon, but like could be a alchemical study, could be whatever the focus of the wizard is.
Could be a BDSM dungeon.
Could be a BDSM dungeon, some kind of like sexy wizard. Who knows?
That was a joke. Do not do that unless your players know you're going to like do something like that.
Lots of animated objects because wizards
Yep.
refuse to do housework. Kid, what is going on with you? Hey. Jesus.
Transmutation means
That would be alchemy. I would just focus on alchemy
Yeah.
and stuff. All wizards are classist. Let me just put that out there. Because they have enough money to go to wizard school. And they can create gold. So, on top of that, libraries are great. You can have all kinds of fun stuff in there. Like you can have haunted tomes, you can have cursed books, you can have demon packs and like artifacts that maybe are kind of dangerous to themselves. Animated armor, really fun.
you definitely need a room with a teleportation circle.
Yeah. Essentially, the thing you want to look at the most, I think, in my mind, is what is the wizard doing, right? Like, what's the wizard known for? And then find ways to incorporate that into encounters and puzzles. Because if you have a necromancer, it's super easy, right? Like, there's skeletons everywhere. There's bodies everywhere.
Yep.
But if you have somebody who's, like, focusing on abjuration magic, like, yeah, they're going to have a lot more, like, traps and shields and... look at the wizard's spell list, essentially, and then think about, like, what would this wizard actually have? What would they have access to? And what would be fun? Kid, I don't know what you're doing.
You for sure need at least one deep pit with a gelatinous cube at the bottom. For disposing of alchemical and mixtures and failed experiments.
These things are terrifying. The more I look at the aboleths, like, the weirder they get.
Oh yeah.
Which I think is kind of the intent, but...
Yeah. They're supposed to be real nasty. In every regard.
Party was sent to check on him to reveal the spell has gone wrong and his mind is gone and his whole body remains. That seems pretty normal.
Yep. Classic wizard hubris.
Simulacrum spells could be funny. There's just a bunch of clones of him wandering around and all of them are mindless. So I can
Because he didn't. Yeah, because he did he did the thing where they all shared his mind, so that his clones couldn't revolt and take over, murder him.
Reward Heat Visor. Quest optional. Find Scout Rendezvous. The way you have that worded means that you get this reward, but the quest is optional. I assume that's a note for your group. Kid, what is going on with you right now? You don't want milk? You want water? No? Yeah, alright. You want sparkling water? Oh, bubbly. How about some Cheerios? Kid doesn't want milk anymore. Alright. Noted. Only chips and Cheerios, huh? That doesn't seem too healthy.
Does sound pretty normal for a toddler.
I will most likely be gone most of next week because of his birthday. So I might try to do a Monday stream or something.
Okay.
But then I'll be gone. I might be able to do Friday too. We'll see. We'll see.
You guys going to visit family?
I have family coming into town and then we'll be leaving town on Friday. So
okay.
Tuesday and Wednesday I'll be busy. And then his birthday is this weekend, weekend, so I'll be gone all weekend.
Turning 1.
Yep. Been a whole year.
Big milestone.
Whole year of just... That one's kind of burnt, isn't it? Got a burnt crouton. Still gonna eat it, alright. Fortunately, I don't know what else to add to this, so I'm just gonna try to add some little fin details. Then we'll probably move on to the next one as soon as the boy is happy enough to be entertained elsewhere. Corvus, welcome in.
That bitches.
All right. I'm ready for a viewer suggestion. We're down to 6.
Yep.
Natural 1. A monk who channels his ki into his artwork in order to make it literally jump off the page. Monk artist.
My old adventure suggestion on the list. I don't know. Did you suggest it on Monday? I can't check because I can't look. So. Okay. I think you're done, kid.
Old adventure. Let's see. I think so. I think it's number 6. Is this it? An old adventurer scarred by many battles, very muscular with multiple steampunk prosthetics. Because if so, that is the most recent one added. Yes. Okay, cool. Monk artist. Maybe I'm just gonna give them a big ol' Eastern calligraphy brush as a weapon.
Let's try this, kid.
Don't worry, Corvus, I won't do the Naruto character.
Got some goldfish. Got a bunch of cards to play with. Got a whole bunch of balls. Can you juggle? And then I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give you a blanket. We're gonna wrap you up. We're gonna see if you take a nap. There you go. Oh goodness.
Okay, I'm back. Let's try this again. I left my snacks somewhere.
The kid stole them.
Oh, is it? I think. Okay. The Wishfish Warlock patron. We're gonna give him a bird. He's a wizard and a druid, so he needs a little, like, familiar. Excuse me. Radagast the Brown, yeah. He was in charge of making sure that animals were good.
And he really loved his job.
Whereas Gandalf was supposed to make sure the humans were okay, and then he spent most of his time hanging out in the Shire smoking pipe weed. Way to fuck it up, old man.
He did better than the Blue Wizards.
He did, actually, yeah.
and Saruman.
I feel like his proclivities towards his paranoia, I think, treated him very well.
Yep.
Hi, kid. Yeah? Yeah? What are you doing? I don't think you should be standing up there. That's kind of dangerous. To be fair to Gandalf, we are the worst. Yeah, I mean... Those darn elves didn't do anything to help.
What are you talking about? They spent the entire first age policing everybody.
Fighting him, yeah, fighting Malcor. And then they gave up. And they just went off did their own thing. Alright, there's the penis monster. Watch me get demonetized for just that picture.
From Persona 4 or whatever.
Yeah. Alright, somebody roll me a d5. Yeah, you're so cute. Don't climb under the desk. You're gonna hit your head. Like you do every time. No, you're too tall now. No, don't climb up my leg.
You've learned behavior from the cat. They trained their apprentice well.
No.
And left him far too soon.
Yep.
Like most mentors.
When someone else wants to roll, I rolled a 1 on a d6. Because there is no such thing as a d5.
I'll give Chad another second, and then we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Yeah, roll the d6, and if it's a 6, you're going to re-roll it again. Nothing wrong with that. I'm playing a sword dancing wizard, blade dancer, whatever that was called.
Blade singer.
Blade singer. 5. I tossed 5 coins and 2 came up heads. That doesn't. Oh. Yeah, I guess that works. Bach Prime said 5, so we're going to go 5. And that is the old scarred adventurer. Very muscular. Steam prosthetics. You cannot touch the keyboard, kid. That is the only rule I have for you while you're up here. And if you do it, you get put on the floor. We get it? We get that? You know what's going to happen because I see you like wanting to touch the keyboard and then you get upset. Because you know what's about to happen. Yeah, you're struggling real hard, kid. Is Twitch just... Is nobody on Twitch? Do I just not need to stream on Twitch anymore?
I'm not on Twitch.
Yeah, I always go to YouTube.
I think I'm the only one in the Twitch chat. Which is fine. And I think that's fine if we don't use Twitch, because I can just stop worrying about Twitch, but...
Yeah, it looks like you're the only one.
No.
I guess now tickling me.
That's fine. That is totally fine. I'm just going to stop paying attention to it. Twitch has been unstable lately. Oh, interesting.
I hear the
Which
kid
has
running
never
the
been
motorboat.
stable for me. It always stops and starts and lags. That's why I just never get on it.
It did alright for me for a while, and I haven't been back to it in over a year now, so. All I'm saying is, if Twitch was not propped up by Amazon, it would have been dead. Long since dead.
You're not wrong, Eric. I don't think. I think it's a weird thing to think about that, like, Twitch is essentially the advertising end of Amazon at this point.
Yep. And they generously allow third-party content creators to use the platform.
I mean, it and you two have an amazing what if we get people to make content for us and then we sell shit? Right? Like,
yeah.
it's super weird retrospectively when you look at it.
Not.
How dare? That was quick. I mean, okay. Someone else is in Twitch chat besides me. I don't see you in Twitch chat. You are there. I see you typing. But, like, it's not showing up on my metrics. Are you hidden? Am I muted? Are you not actually watching on Twitch? Are you watching on a third-party system?
Or does someone just go over from YouTube over to Twitch?
Yeah, it is.
You are. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I just don't see it. It looks like the chat room's empty. Very strange. Well, welcome in. I'll keep Twitch up. I think Twitch would work better if Amazon owned Steam. I mean, Steam would work worse, for sure.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that to Steam, please.
Inside the
Yeah.
Twitch
They
app.
deserve.
Oh,
They
interesting.
deserve better than that.
Steam's like the mega corporation I respect the most right now. They're all I
mean-
have left. Don't take them from me, please.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this or not, but Amazon has its own game studio like Twitch or like Steam, and it's hot garbage. So I would be opposed to this.
Is that Goog or whatever?
No, it's Amazon Games.
Oh. Because I know, like, every time you would get, like, free games on Twitch through Prime, it was always through that.
Good old games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe they do. Look, I'm just
Not
here.
saying
I don't want you
Steam.
to-
Not saying Steam is
I
great
forgot.
or
Thank you. I
anything,
appreciate
but like
Functions.
it functions a lot better than many other things.
Steam buys Amazon games, including Twitch. What? I think I maybe don't understand what you're talking about. Can you buy the Amazon game things on Twitch or on Steam? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, you want Steam to own Twitch.
Oh, they wanted the other. Okay, we've had it backwards. Sorry.
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah.
We had the whole thing ass backwards. I apologize.
What kind of hair should we put on this guy? Old grizzled war veteran, huh? I feel like it just have like high and tight, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe because he's older, he doesn't shave as often. So maybe he's got a little extra long on the top.
Maybe he's totally
I
bald
need
and
a
has
healing.
a foot-long beard.
That's true. We could do that. I like that idea. Drink your water. Okay, thank you. I will do that. I don't know why YouTube didn't incorporate that kind of stuff into the chat. I really think that like that kind of user interaction is the only reason Twitch is still alive.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
It's-
Twitch they do still have much better audience interaction stuff.
They didn't trademark it, did they?
I
don't
don't think
so.
you can. Like,
I don't know. People are able to trademark a bunch of bullshit.
If it's-
Sorry, I'm a little spicy today. I'll calm down. I was getting very spicy for a moment. I was like, nope. But like, I don't know. They're owned by Amazon. They may have tried to trademark that crap and keep other people from doing it.
Yeah,
That's
it's possible.
true. I don't think. Yeah, I think it's literally impossible for them to trademark the like the interactions themselves, but they could have a proprietary software that they put a ton of time and effort into that nobody else has come close to replicating.
'cause, I mean, at the same time, like TikTok also didn't copy it, right? And like TikTok Live is a big part of TikTok. And so
Now it is.
you have Live, you have Instagram, you have Facebook, you have YouTube, and you have Twitch, and like
And no, TikTok and Instagram are probably the two that are most similar in terms of their
Right.
lives,
yeah,
because they have very little interaction other than clicking hearts or whatever and typing in the chat. That's it.
which is what YouTube did too, right? I mean, like that, and that's what I'm getting
Yeah.
at. Is I think YouTube thinks that its live stuff is still just like mobile stuff, which maybe it is, and whereas Twitch kind of is incorporating keyboards and stuff. Like they expect
Yeah.
you to be on your computer. So maybe that's why. Maybe that's why there's a difference. YouTube just has the wrong idea of what it is. They thought that they would be doing a lot more, like mobile streaming.
Yeah.
Was wait for
know,
a
I
little
feel
weird drawing. We're drawing. I think we're drawing your character actually, the old grizzled war veteran and a painter monk. Like if Amazon got broken up, gotcha. Yeah.
Well, I'm all for busting up corporations.
Yeah. Unfortunately, those. Oh Jesus.
What was that?
Somebody redeemed something. I think somebody's following us. The engineer. Hello, welcome in. Non-back lines equal cringe.
JK.
Gotta use the colored pencil. Looks better. What was
Unless
I
it's
talking
orange, then it won't look great on this page.
about? Actually, yeah, I don't know. I haven't drawn. Black would probably be fine. I think a little bit of color's nice.
We were talking about busting up stuff.
Oh yeah. You can stream games on Steam, but like nobody does it.
Yeah.
So, I think one big thing about we've talked about YouTube not being able to find like good artists to watch and stuff and live streams like that, and like Twitch has a much better model for doing that, and like the truth is it doesn't. Twitch just has only live streams on its front page, and its audience is much closer aligned to each other, right? So like
Yeah.
YouTube has too many things, and that's its problem, and the reason it can't do that. I dare you use these monitors, use not like backgrounds, a horribly absurd hue and contrast. The reason, and this is, I'm sure you're just giving us crap, which is fine. I think it's fine. The reason I don't use a white background is because my eyes suck and it hurts my eyes. So I have a medical note that says I don't have to use white background.
So instead of
Jesus,
wearing
kid, what the hell was that?
So instead of wearing yellow tinted glasses like some people do, you're just like, I'm just gonna make the paper yellow.
Well,
Or brown, whatever.
no, I mean, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I guess.
But like also, I appreciate that as well. Like it is actually look, most artists don't actually enjoy drawing on pure white, and those that do usually haven't spent enough time drawing on newsprint.
Newsprint's nice.
Newsprint's excellent. Just like IRL, nothing you draw on is actually white unless you only draw on computer paper, which you should not do.
Bright white 70 whatever Amazon basic paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you should not do. I'll burn out your corneas.
Could be what happened to me. Who knows? I think these were supposed to be steampunk arms, but I don't know what that means. I no longer subscribe to steampunk.
I think they're just supposed to be like mechanical-esque.
Yeah.
So do diesel punk.
That's even more vague in my mind.
Dirty. Yeah, that's diesel punk just means dirty.
Yeah. Diesel punk really is just filthy, futuristic. You know what? Star Wars is diesel punk.
Yeah, closer. Yeah, I would
Kind of.
argue that. I think that's a fine argument to make. I use black backgrounds mostly, and a really medium gray as the pencil colors.
Nice.
Nice. That sounds fun. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Doing all right. Today's a good day. Kids mostly chill. He's hanging out
Weekend.
under the desk, which means he's probably going to stand up and bonk himself in the head and then get mad. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll be able to hear when that happens.
The shoulder's in just a wrong spot. His whole arm is too low. I haven't done much. I have a whole black sketchbook that I've just never used. I should try that sometime. Chalkboard sketches, I guess. I was thinking like gears and stuff. Yeah, that's my problem with steampunk. I used to love steampunk. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, let's just put a gear here at the elbow. It's like that's like the worst joint system you could use to make an arm work. Which maybe that's the point. Maybe it's cobbled together, and that's kind of what I feel like whenever I have to do steampunk. It's like cobbled together versus like. There's also the like watchmaker's aesthetic, I guess is the other way to look at it, where it's like high in precision. But at that point, like I just want to make an arm then and kind of make it intricate, which is fine. Diesel punk is sucker punch is diesel punk, yeah.
Yeah.
Been nice homebrewing a lot because my hyperfocus is back on D&D. That's good. That's always fun. I think another good like Hellboy. I really like Hellboy. Hellboy is somewhat steampunk.
Yeah.
But it's a modernized setting.
Especially like in the second movie, The Golden Army.
Yeah.
Lots of cogs. Mike Magnolia has a kind of a very simplified steampunk vibe to him, which is great. Like he's a cool dude when it comes to his art.
I would argue a lot of that is actually Magitech,
Yeah,
but it definitely is via way of steampunk.
I think a big part of the Hellboy vibe was, it's fighting Nazis, so it goes back to that.
Yep.
The like kind of 40s, 50s steampunk vibe, occultism and stuff, which I dig.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll put some little like pulleys and levers in here. Little pistons, maybe pistons will help. Non-clean mechanical look. Does that need to make sense? Yeah, that's perfectly fine. We're drawing fish druids? We are?
Well, we were.
We were, yeah. Yeah. I gotta finish up. I have we have a game on Saturday, and we're running one of my homebrew campaigns. And I always have those like, ooh, that's a really cool idea. I should do that really late at night, and then I wake up in the morning and I'm like, what was that thing I wanted to do?
I'm familiar with the process.
Should have wrote it down. Yep. Am I drawing on the? What's happening? Oh, no wonder. There we go. My layer got moved. I was like, why does everything look faded and shitty? So I gotta write down my notes here.
So we'll say Atlantis: The Lost Empire is a pretty great steampunk movie.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like, there are a few, I guess, media examples of, like, I guess, well thought out steampunk, but it's just, a lot of times it just like you said, feels very
I mean, I think
piecemealed together.
Yeah, the real issue I have with it in the long run is that it's a lazy aesthetic. Or when it's used as a lazy aesthetic is what I should say.
Yeah.
When people are just like, oh, it's steampunk, slap a gear on the hat. It's just like, just stop it. Like, we don't need to do that shit.
Copper and emerald glass. That's all it is.
Yeah, because really what you're doing, and I think and Atlantis is a great example of that, right? That's really cool. Yeah, that's super cool. See, now, like, so what Atomic just posted, I wouldn't consider that steampunk. I mean, like, I can definitely see it. It looks like a subnautical thing, right? Like, it looks like a sci-fi
it's a
submarine
mecha gun
yeah.
tank thing.
And so here's when I say, like, when it becomes that's diesel punk. Yeah, I think that's great, because really what the two things that need to be decoupled are really what we're talking about is your visual aesthetic theming, right, which can be totally used, like steampunk, diesel punk. Those give you a general vibe of what you're talking about. And then there is your magic system. And I know, like, well, this isn't a fantasy world. It's like, if you have steampunk in your world, it's a fantasy world. And your magic is powered by steam. Like, that's the big thing. And we technically live right now, I would say we're really close to becoming a glass punk thing. Plastic,
yeah, or solar punk.
In the last, yeah, solar. We're moving into solar punk, and we've been in this weird, like, diesel plastic gasoline punk thing for the last 10 years.
Yeah. I also want to point out that steampunk and diesel punk are, like, functionally the technology is not mutually exclusive.
Right.
Most of our higher energy technology is, if you really boil it down, pun intended, it is steam powered.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And that's kind of where I'm getting at, is like, if it's the problem I have with it is when people try to have, like, they try to justify their magic system away by saying it's science and then burying it in steampunk shit. Like, just complete garbage. And that's why I'm saying lazy. Like, that's the laziness that comes from it. So having a steampunk based world, that's describing a vibe, right? It's just describing a visual aesthetic. and then people want like high-end cybernetics, and that's where it's like, do it one way or the other. Do it one way or the other. Like this thing, like sure, cool, yeah, his arms have gears and pulleys and levers and stuff. What's powering that? Anything?
Yeah.
And Full Metal Alchemist is like, it's right on the edge of making me go crazy because they have a magic system, but then they also have automail, and automail is not inherently described how it works.
It probably is. It's just never brought up in like the anime.
Sure.
I'm not saying it is or not. I just.
No, I mean, yeah, I couldn't disagree with you, right? Like, yeah. So you're probably right. You're probably right. The body leaves remains and magical materials, but that uses magic inside items and casing. Yeah, because I mean, like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, does it matter that it's steampunk if it's powered by magic? Or is it powered by steam? Do I need to put giant, like, pistons on this?
Yeah. And, like, just because you're saying it is powered by steam doesn't change the fact that you have to have something to boil the water. And if you haven't figured out what's boiling the water, then guess what? It's magic.
Does he have a coal power plant on his back?
Does he have a tiny fission generator?
Yeah. So once again, no name. This is totally fine. I'm fine with trying this. I just like yeah.
This happens every time.
It happens every time someone brings up steampunk.
Yep. Corvus and I have heard this rant at least a dozen times.
Yep. And that goes into like the hex tech stuff, right? In Arcane. Like it leads all the way into that. It's just my gun shoots laser beams because I'm a ghost. My gun shoots laser beams because I have a watch. It's like, okay. This universe is very strange. I think my favorite kind of hand wavy prosthetic is probably the one from Berserk. Like he loses his forearm, and so he's got this robotic forearm that in most cases all it has to do is hold a sword, right? So it's like you can kind of hand wave how it works, whether it works or not. But then it also has a gun in it that is powered by a string that he keeps in his teeth. It's just like great. Pull the little lever, hand turns into a gun. Arcane is actually magic powered. In most situations, yes, but not all. Sometimes it's powered by alchemical goo, and sometimes it's powered by the arcane, right? Like there's a whole bunch of weird stuff with it.
Yeah.
Magnolia art, is great. Mike Magnolia's art is great, and I really like his universes because it will just hand wave a lot of it. It's like, ancient weird bullshit. It's like, cool.
It is Magnola, right? Mike Magnola.
Yeah, it is Magnolia.
Have I been pronouncing it wrong?
You just said Magnolia, which is a flower.
It is a flower. I thought it was named after the flower, so that's my bad.
It's funny.
Are nuclear turbines steampunk? Technically.
Technically, yes. They all are steam turbines. So yeah.
What you're using to create the steam is where you can start splitting hairs, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, it really just needs to stick with the aesthetic, right? Like, that's the biggest thing, because at the end of the day, like, most power is generated by steam. Like, coal is steam, nuclear is steam. Technically, dams aren't steam, but they're the same process, just.
Hydroelectric, yeah.
Hydroelectric dams, yeah.
They
still use turbines, which is steam. We're still. But like in the process of doing that, it is energy, right? Like that's the big missing component.
It all boils down to spinning a copper coil.
Damn punk.
There's probably a hydropunk somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably.
I really want, like, when people give me the, like, oh, very steampunk. I think what I want out of it is, like, what part of it is important to you? That it looks like gears, or that it's actually powered by non-magical means, right? Like, is it that it is mechanical, or is it that it is, like, non-magical? How articulate do you want it, right? Like,
Yep.
that's really what I'm missing when I get spicy about steampunk. It's too broad. Yes, Blastoise steampunk. I love sci-fi. I love over complicating things. I love, like, high articulation, recreating muscles versus just, like, Finn the human arm, right?
Yeah.
What? Rook-liking over complicating things? Never. Here, I'm just thinking, just plug a crystal in it. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Battery powered. What kind of batteries? Doesn't matter.
Nope. Stop asking questions that you don't need to know the answers to. Because I don't have the answers to give you.
Yep. And so, like, I guess I could do something like this, like get rid of the bicep and give it, like, platelets, just like armored plates here. Hide all those intricate things. That's something we could do. Make it look a little more cobbled together, I think is what you said. A few more.
I was just using your terminology.
No, in the chat. I think No Name
Oh.
said cobbled together was fine, is what they were looking for. Which is why, like, I think Mad Max did a really cool job of their diesel punk setting, because it was a lot of just found technology, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna build Furiosa's arm out of a fender and an old tire. Yeah. I think people also confuse steampunk with clockwork together. Yeah, clockwork is I think is a better term for what some people want. I think that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with goblins, right? Like, people will say, like, oh, I want a steampunk goblin. It's like a fancy steampunk goblin? Like, do you want him to wear a tiny bowler hat? Like, no, I just want everything cobbled together. It's like, okay, that's a different kind of thing. So,
And horological. It's got to be horological.
what does
You're
that
going to
mean?
have to translate that one.
Yeah, I don't get that word.
Horology is the study of clockwork mechanism.
Ah,
You could have just said clockwork.
I could have, but then I wouldn't get to say whore.
Judging you slightly now, jerk.
that was
worst
a
part
joke
is-
from the Sherlock Holmes movie, wasn't it?
Yes, and also one of the Pirates of the Caribbean, one
That's
of the new
right,
ones
yeah.
without Johnny Depp, and like it is a very old joke,
That's right.
but it's the
was
horology.
I just watched
it
all
pulls
the-
the same root word as hour.
Is that where the term whore comes from?
No,
Hourly waged?
no, it's gotta look it up now.
A really cool system of pressure power tech, but yeah, blood pressure.
Ooh,
See, that's
pneumatic.
cool too. You should have started with that.
Yeah.
You want more
Pneumatic pump.
pistons and pipes, and the kid's been really quiet for a little while. I'll be right back. Tubes. You want tubes and hydraulics. This I can do.
Blood-powered
This I can
pneumatic
do.
pneumatic punk is sounds pretty cool, and is also a thing that I'm surprised I have not seen more of. His hand is garbage, but I'm not going to fix it. that's a decent saffron orange, right?
It made his way into a bathroom and up on the toilet. So that's new. That's a new thing you can do.
I am glad you stopped to catch him.
More of like a light, muddy clay. But you do you.
Is that an Albert Einstein quote again? It's science, I don't have to explain anything. Hey, we don't take people's glasses, kid. Okay, go on the floor. Now he's mad because I closed the baby gate.
No.
How dare you not let me go somewhere dangerous where I could split my head open on hard floor?
Time is at 1 o'clock. I've only got like one thing drawn today. I guess this is the second one, but still. I want to get at least one more done, so we'll try. We'll try our best here. I think the funniest thing is the like Magitech, right? Like, oh, it's powered by magic, but they're just batteries, right? Like, it's just electricity.
Yeah.
So it's just really powerful batteries. Like, we're moving that direction. We'll get there.
I guess that if we're talking about like D&D magic items that recharge, I guess they must have some sort of component that skims mana.
Yeah, I guess they're
allows them
like
to
pulling
recharge
energy
in
out of the
time.
ether, right? Like, you don't have to
Yeah.
recharge them yourself.
Something like that.
No name, I don't know what you're talking about. Is that a meme or a joke? Eat toast as bread. Yeah, I don't know what that means.
The only bread we eat is toast? That's definitely not true.
Well, all toast is bread. Just saying.
But not all bread is toast.
Exactly. We will sometimes make sandwiches out of toast.
It is true that Americans do like toasted bread.
Yep. But not like fully dried out. Like rusks.
Yeah.
Toast. Like it's ran under
More
like
clarification is needed. That's all I'm saying. German toast is not called bread. Yeah, I don't understand what you're trying to say then. We have toast. Toast is toast.
Yeah. Toast is sliced up bread for us that's been put under a heating element to dry it out. Like, we don't really call it bread, we just call it toast when we do that process.
Toast is cooked bread.
Yep.
Yep.
Think of it like those Italian cookies,
Biscotti.
biscotti.
I wouldn't
Wait.
consider that toast, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
But it's twice baked, so like it's
Sure.
baked and sliced, and then we bake it again at our own leisure.
I think technically we broil it. But like America has America has appropriated a large number of culinary terms from basically all over the rest of the world. So we might just have a lot more food vocabulary than other languages.
I see you're a wizard and you have a new homunculus. Or my favorite version, magic in a can. Sure, that worked, yeah. Gotta keep it charged up. I have a world of magic saturated and drew from the air, but the planet could only handle so much. The magic diminished and caused ecological disasters. Okay? Final Fantasy, right? Like, that's Final Fantasy's whole jam. Or at least
What the
at least Final Fantasy 7 and 10, I think. Kid. Alright, I'm gonna mute myself. He's having a good time.
yeah, we could tell.
I do like it in certain fantasy settings where there are places in the world where they have to develop things outside of magic because it just won't function where they live.
Yeah.
Like in the Pathfinder setting, Galarian, there's what's referred to as the mana wastes, which is where like it's like a dead zone of magic, and like anyone who tries to cast magic in there, it goes awry and like blows up in your face. And so like it's like one of the few places that have like developed like, I guess you could, I don't want to say steam technology, but like there's like a big water crane that lifts people up to a city.
Mm. Hey, Bri, welcome in.
Welcome in, bro.
It's also like, kind of like why guns were developed with gunpowder there. Because you don't want to be throwing a fireball around and blow up yourself.
Well, I mean, you might not. I've known a couple of players who didn't mind. Alright, I think I'm good on this drawing.
Gnomes and humans are the only species that develop nuclear-powered spaceships. But do they need nuclear-powered spaceships? I think maybe that's really my like biggest issue with the overpropagation of steampunk stuff. Is especially when it's like steampunk stuff in a world, in our own world, that's just like kind of unnecessary. Like, oh, they have future tech because steam power, and it's like that's not how things progress. Like,
Yeah.
that's not how things progress.
Elliot, I'm not sure if I'm gonna roll another dice. What are you thinking, Rook? Is the kid gonna let you continue to draw? Are you done?
I think I can do one more. Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll roll. I can roll a d4. Ooh, 4. Okay. Woo, Kobold Power Ranger. How about a Gunslinger Turtle?
I think they were wooing for last week's Power Ranger.
Yeah. Gunslinger Turtle.
So the evil sheriff from Ringo. I don't think he was a sheriff, but
I
I
guess.
thought the evil guy in Rango was a snake.
no, it was the turtle dude who was like hoarding all the water.
Okay. Kid, stop. Hey, let go. Okay. I'm not gonna play this game.
Motherfucker.
What's the funniest species of turtle to turn into a gunslinger?
A soft shell turtle.
I mean, that is kind of funny. Part of me wants to do a box turtle with them, like, hold up with just one arm sticking out.
Or leatherback. That'd be kind of cool. I keep forgetting like how massive those things get.
Yeah. Not snakehead turtle. Let's see. Alligator snapping turtle could be good. What do you guys think, chat? That steampunk so Will Smith can hate robots in another setting.
What was the question?
What's the funniest turtle species to make into a gunslinger?
Probably the long-nosed soft-shell turtles.
I also suggested soft shell turtles.
They're funny. They're funny looking.
And vicious.
Do 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 do. Oh, I didn't delete that one. Beefy SWAT team fighter samurai inspired by body armor? Big katana. Wait, what?
I think they want a modern day samurai with SWAT inspired armor.
I assume they wanted a human. There was no clarification on the race, so.
I guess when in doubt, always human.
Yep. I guess if we're putting samurai armor on it, then it doesn't really matter anyways.
Those giant soft-shelled turtles really are just 90% foreskin.
Yep.
Maybe I'll do the snake neck turtle.
Jesus.
Oh.
Sorry, everybody.
Another possible suggestion is the mata mata turtle.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's a little derpy. There's a picture where
Yeah.
it has like the derpy ass smile on it.
Yeah.
Pokemon turned that into a landmine Pokemon.
He's harmonizing quite well. No, Jesus. Yeah? Okay. Just gonna turn my microphone all the way down.
I did not realize that this is what Turtonator was based off of.
Yep.
Oh, this one's really cute.
So many choices.
So many choices.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the snakehead turtle.
For some reason, I'm thinking of the stupid snails that are in Elden Ring.
You know what has ruined me for Elden Ring? Like, the thing that I just can't...
Blade build?
I
Sorry,
mean,
go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, that's fair for different reasons. But like the bubble boys, it's just like, who thought this was a good idea? Why is this in this game?
Oh, I love them. I love their weapons.
You like blowing bubbles at people for?
Yeah. It does pure holy damage, which is not great in the late game, but it's pretty great. They have a long one where it just like it's a big bubble sprayer, and actually does pretty good damage.
Wait, these guys supposed to have a sword, right?
Yes, a
Oh
big
no,
sword.
I've been drawing on
Yeah.
the white layer. Well,
Too late.
yep, too late. I can start a new layer. That's fine.
Yeah, Jared. There's these like different snail enemies in Elden Ring
Mm-hmm.
that they literally just have like a snake head sticking out.
Yeah, those are weird
just-
too. I don't know.
I don't get it.
There's a lot of there's a lot of design in the Elden Ring game that I just don't vibe with. Just like why have you done this?
Has probably due to uncanny valley reasons to make them look disturbing and
Yeah.
Have we talked about the butthole elemental from Dark Souls 3?
I've
It's
not
definitely
played
something
Dark
you've
Souls
mentioned
3.
before. Yeah. I've heard you mention it. I don't think
So
I've either
there's a-
blocked it out or we did not actually talk about it.
I think it's Dark
First
Souls 3.
time
It
I'm
might be
hearing
Dark
it.
Souls 2. But there's a big old like fire elemental minotaur thing.
Oh yeah, the smelter demon from
Smelter demon, yeah. That might be the Smelter demon. It's in a volcano. It's huge. It's a cool fight.
Yep.
And then when you get its armor, it's just a butthole. Like your helmet's a butthole, your stomach is a butthole, and it's just like, what is this? It's like, great. I don't understand what's happening here. Let's do it.
But you literally just like stripped off the metal remains of it, so
Let me see if I can find it.
this thing, right? At least this is the armor from it.
Yeah. There you go.
Smelter Demon from 2.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But also, I'm not defending it. Let me just preface, not defending it. I will say that weird head shape is like super common in Dark Souls 2.
Sure.
Like all the giants have that, and it's a weird thing of that game.
Someone was like, "Hey, I like this Georgia O'Keeffe painting. I'm gonna turn it into a helmet," and it's just like, okay, great. Why have you done this? Why have you done this? Butthole demon. YouTube has now probably banned me, so it's fine. It was good armor. I wore it for a long time.
And then you followed again in a DLC. But it was like blue and had different shaped horns.
Probably because they were like, did we accidentally make this look like legs? Boss weapons! Boss weapons!
Oh.
If you've not seen Happy Souls, I highly recommend it. It's pretty great.
Here you go, Druid.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. Like, I know in like Japanese folklore there are like stories of like snails turning into dragons
Okay.
after like 1,000 years, but like, but it just doesn't make sense.
Did you see the bear dragon thing?
Oh yes.
I love that. I love that so much. The rune bears are actually just bears that ate dragon meat. It's like, oh, hell yeah.
There's also like hidden rune bears.
Mm-hmm.
So like there are a few like quote unquote like villagers or whatever. And if you kill them, they'll turn into a rune bear.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
It's because for some reason they have like, I think it's because they like ate a larval tear, which is what you use to do the
Rebirth, yeah.
like stuff. So it's like implied that they probably have ate one and just changed into a human.
Rune bears, yeah. You got it right the first time, Bri. Hey, if you got a computer, you could try to play Elden Ring. You probably hate it, but it's fun.
They're big scary bears that kind of just jump out of nowhere and like
Rip the
bear
crap
hug
out
you
of it,
to
yeah.
death.
I remember the first time I found it in a cave, and it like locks you in because it was like a mini boss.
Yep.
And I died there for like 3 hours. I should not.
They're
be here.
tough. Like when, like if you're not used to them, they're rough.
Yeah. There's a
The
problem
lobsters.
with what we've discovered is like playing that game with the multiplayer way that we did is actually way harder. And we didn't realize that until like halfway through the game. And so there were a lot of. I was playing with 3 people, and then we started doing the 4-player thing, which was fun. But 2 of the friends we were playing with, because we'd run and then we'd switch off, they basically just left. They're like, "Yeah, this is too hard. We're not playing this with 4 people anymore." We're like, "Well, okay, cool. Well, I just quit my job. Nice, congrats." Or did you quit your job to go play Elden Ring? Because people do that all the time too. I hope it's a congrats. If not, let me know. Did you get the other job? I know you were talking about interviews the other day.
So you don't have to tell us this while we're on YouTube.
That's true.
Say
We are
it.
on YouTube. You can not tell us as much as you want.
We don't know who's watching and listening to us.
I feel like the Bri job quest has been a ongoing theme in the channel, so. Fluorescent reflective black light. Oh, interesting. And the turtle's greatest enemy, the Asian giant salamander. Took a second job and it looked good, but not worth it, so I thanked Fem and said no thanks. Ah, I gotcha. So you did get a new job and then you quit it. Legitimate.
Yep.
Legitimate thing to do. Someone put a shark dragon on the viewer suggestion list an hour ago. Oh, that's a bummer. Fortunately, I think this is the last one we're going to do. Because the kid is getting rambunctious and I need to take him to the park or something. I'm still actually really impressed that you climbed up on the toilet, but it makes me very mad. Never trust a child that goes quiet for more than 30 seconds. They're doing something and they know it. Yeah? What's your plan? He's trapped? He just loves to climb.
I get that. I was a climber.
Really need to spend time focusing on winning the lottery and opening an arcade. I mean, you could just open an arcade. Like, write it all up, get a business loan, get it going. Might fail, but yeah, whatever.
See, I don't know if any arcades are a successful business venture.
Yeah, you usually have to have something else on the side that's making you money.
Like a bar or
Yeah. Bar or a restaurant or
Bowling alley mixed with a theater. Sorry, that was a hyper specific.
no, I mean you're right. I mean, like even like the ones that I know that are somewhat successful because they have go-karts or they have a pool next door or something. Arcades are tough. What? Secret passage and hidden treasure chest. Well, if you have a secret passage, that means that you have a place in a place where people are going to steal shit. So it's got to be a hidden passage with a camera in it, so that if somebody finds the hidden passage, everybody sees them. Otherwise, people are going to be stealing stuff and making out in there, and nobody wants that.
Unless...
Why is your house full of perverts?
I'm glad you got that reference just from my tone of voice.
Ball pit with hidden trap door. That would be terrifying, but funny. Hey, there's a lever over here. What's it do? Ah!
No.
Wrong lever.
Then you got to pay somebody to cart the balls back up to the top so you can refill the ball pit. Listen, if you target it towards kids or you target it towards adults, one way or the other, you're still cleaning up somebody's puke at the end of the day. So, like,
Yep.
just put it in there as an operating cost, and you'll be fine. Yeah? Yeah. What do you got?
You just like climbing? You just like climbing?
Okay. Leaf blower to shoot them. So what you're talking about is basically building a dunk tank with some sort of slanted return here that has a leaf blower, so it's constantly blowing balls back up, and then people climb into the ball pit and fall into the hole. What happens to the people? Where do the people go?
That's Nato's question, Shrek.
I'm a realist, Chorus. I need logistics.
That doesn't make you a realist. That makes you a nerd.
I disagree.
That makes you on the spectrum.
Probably. I've said the phrase, no,
people
I'm
are
not
a little
autistic,
bit.
I'm artistic, too many times in my life. So we'll leave that where it is. Bless you. Bless you.
Maybe you should become an accountant.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go there. Sorry, I had a joke for that, but I didn't want to.
I mean, you do like math.
I could be an accountant, probably. I just wouldn't enjoy it.
I do think you have to go to school to get a license for it, though.
Probably. One of my friends is an accountant, like an actual big boy accountant, like works for big companies, like million dollar companies. And he hates it. he just hates it. But he just yeah. Do you want to be where the people
About to ask,
are?
is your friend the villain?
No. What do you mean?
Well, like, all corporations are evil. Just establishing this fact of reality. I was like, is he a bad guy?
I think I can put this.
But then
no,
you said he hates it. It's like, okay, never mind.
He worked for Kellogg. He was an accountant for Kellogg for a while. Like the cereal company.
Right. They're not the absolute worst.
No, he just he worked with the CEO and he trash talked him all the time because he's like, this guy's just a piece of shit. And it's like, there you go. So no, he fully understood that he was working for people. Yeah. And he quit. He got a new job. But the stuff he did, I would hate to do, but I could do it. I don't mind spreadsheets. Spreadsheets are great, but like building pie charts just eats my soul. Just destroys my soul, and I hate it. So he slogged through it, and he did it, and he made the money.
And retired early?
No, he just went to a different company, paid him better.
Oh. Even better.
I was supposed to make this modernized, and all I did was put a SWAT sticker on his chest.
I thought you said something else for a moment, and I was like, what?
I'm glad I'm not the only one who heard that.
Did we look up where the word whore came from? Kellogg, evil? They just don't want people to masturbate, that's all.
Well, that was the
stop
other
ripping
brother.
the weather stripping out. Hey. Hey.
And you know what? I do think genital mutilation is evil. I don't care if you think masturbation is wrong. You're gonna start cutting bits off of non-consenting people. You're pretty evil.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Circumcision?
Oh. Okay. I missed the first part of that, and I was just like, how do we get from Kellogg to mutilation?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that is what it is.
Don't ask questions you don't answer to on YouTube, yeah.
Yep.
Yep. I was like, in my head, I'm like, abort, stop talking.
Sorry. Yeah.
Not you, Rook, but it's like edging closer and closer.
A clear riot shield? That's not a bad idea. I mean, like, all I'd have to do is give him, like, a Glock. And we'd be done. I'm not sure why the SWAT guy still uses a katana, but you know what? I'm okay with it.
The whole tactical sword stuff. That's
Yeah, man. Like, if you're a bank robber and a guy wearing a freaking suit of armor and a sword just rushes the door, like, you're gonna shit yourself. Like, there's just not a lot going on. It's just like, what's happening? And then you're gonna shoot him, but like that's just.
But
That's
if
what the
they've
armor's
got a
for, right?
riot shield, they're really hard to shoot. And if he's got a riot shield, it's pretty hard to pull a Glock on somebody on the other side of your riot shield.
Have you seen those ballistic shields you can get now?
I have not.
There's a bunch of YouTubers that like test them and like shoot them with different things, which is always funny. There's one you can get. Like one of the guys in Rainbow Six Siege has a ballistic shield for his gun.
Mm-hmm.
Like it mounts to the front of his gun.
Huh.
Makes it look like a big crossbow. I think that's really funny. But they make those for pistols as well. And so you can have your little pistol here, which is like this big.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put like 1.5 inches of ballistic plastic on the front of it. And it's like, I guess I'm like, you're not gonna get shot in the face once. That's nice. So it's really funny, like the amount of
so we're just like going back to the Renaissance time then, and just slapping guns and shields together.
Yeah, we're hitting the escalation cycle, where it's like I have a spear and it's like shit, bow and arrow, right? And then it's like I have a shield, it's like something that can let's just fight with melee again, and then
Yep.
So we've reached the peak of military like bulletproof shit, and they're like, cool, so let's just armor up everybody with high polycarbon stuff, and eventually we're just gonna be robots, you know, in giant potato sacks, just shooting at each other. Just essentially what we're doing. So.
Going straight to like StarCraft or 40K power armor suits with
in one of the
ridiculous melee weapons.
One of the Halo, they did a Halo, what's it called? Anthology? Kind of like the Animatrix, but it's Halo. And they showed off one of the Mark 1 or Mark 2 Halo armors, which were supposed to be tanks, essentially. They're just like, what if we put someone in a big old, like, Iron Man suit, essentially, like the huge one?
Yep.
Hulkbuster armor. That was the original Halo armor, and then they scaled it down to fit a person. But
I mean, kind of. Their super soldiers are like 9 feet tall, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the Halo universe is essentially started with this, and they're like, this is too big, too bulky, we can't throw this into space. They're like, what if we augment our people so that our people are super beefy, and then put armor on top of them? So they're both like 6.5 to 7 feet tall, just because they've been genetically juiced. And then they have the armor that makes them like 8 feet tall, 7.5 or something like that. Big beefy boys. And then, you know, you can go the same thing with 40K, is essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just biological Nephilim.
With potato faces.
What are you chewing on, kid? What do you have in your mouth? What do you have in your mouth?
Let me see. Spit it out. Spit it out. I don't know what you found. I don't like it.
No. Grit's mouth even tighter.
Yep. What do you have in your mouth has got to be like one of the first things that both dogs and toddlers begin to recognize as, uh-oh, I've been caught.
Yep. Better try to swallow this as quick as possible.
Yep.
I think I might be done.
That's okay.
I gotta go pay attention to this kid. He's losing his mind.
Yeah. I'm more or less done as well.
Oh, you need a Cyclops suit, I think. I saw a YouTube video that says space travel wouldn't even be feasible until we perfect robots to do it for us. There's a thought about that. Just like putting people into space right now is not feasible. It's just not. We're not there. If you want to send someone to Mars, sure. Bringing someone back from Mars, like, not a good chance of that succeeding. Not a good chance of people surviving the trip because of the radiation. So like, there's things we can do, but the closest thing we are to like long distance space travel would be like a generational ship where we'd have to be able to send people several generations out, but we are still struggling because we don't have artificial gravity. Having a baby in space would not go well. So like, that's not even possible, right? So
Yep.
The things that are stopping us from traveling the stars are, one, being able to have a ship that can maintain Earth's gravity for people over long periods of times, which like 2001: A Space Odyssey talked about how to do that. Like the thoughts of doing it is there, it's just the feasibility of it, right? That's part of it. The second part of it is energy. We could use a nuclear reactor type thing to power it for hundreds of years. Great, we could do that. How do we actually make that feasible and safe for people to use, right? So that's
And
another
get
thing
it
that we
into
could do.
space at cost.
Yeah, and then the last one is food, right? Like you'd have to build a system where people can actually grow something on a ship to do that. And so barring those, the only way that we would get better at space travel would be wormholes, because like traveling faster than light isn't technically feasibly possible. They're looking at like warp drives, which is a way of bending space, which is close to a wormhole in theoretical usage. But even in so of doing that, like there's been some thought of how you could do that. Without that, you'd have to have all these other things. Because if you could create stable wormholes or warp space-time to travel faster than the speed of light without becoming energy, you have to keep those other three things I just mentioned in mind. Like, if you can do those three things, you can get anywhere as fast as you want, which would be cool. But we haven't seen that. So, yeah, science is complicated, but I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk about that stuff more, let me know. I will not be making videos about it.
It is, yeah. Science is also getting more complicated day by day.
Somewhat, yeah. Yeah, that's an easy way to look at it. I think really the problem when you say science is becoming more complicated, the amount of effort you need to get to a point of explaining something to somebody is really high. There's a large barrier to entry when you're talking about astrophysics and things like that. So teleportation is a really cool concept. And there have been a couple studies I've seen of people actually like being able to technically teleport things, but it's a vaguity of like look, we have a hydrogen atom here, and now we have a hydrogen atom here. Technically teleportation. It's like, that's pretty neat, but is that what actually happened?
Yep.
Yeah, wormholes are our best bet, and then perfecting long distance space travel is kind of the next big thing. And that's why, like, that's why Musk and Starship, I think it's Starship. Is it Starship or is it Starlink? No.
Starlink.
Starlink's
No,
the internet.
Starlink is the internet.
What's the
Space Force.
Space Force part? Yeah. No, whatever Amazon. Bezos is, I think it's Starship.
Oh,
Blue Link, Blue Star, whatever. They're trying to perfect the rocket so that we can get shit into space. Like, and that's the first step, right? Like, we're still in the first step of maybe traveling to the moon and colonizing the moon. And then once we do that, that's a huge step, because then it's then we can start trying to perfect those other three things. But I would like that to be in my lifetime, but I doubt it. We'll see. I saw something about clones as travel. You basically build a body and download a person into it. Yeah, there's a couple games that talk about that kind of stuff.
There have also been a couple of horror movies about that.
Yeah. But that would be why you need a robot, right? Because then you basically have a ship piloted by a robot, travels to a destination, grows humans go there. But the question with that is, if you can do that, why?
Yeah.
Like, why do you need the humans if you can do that?
So that essentially is like a thing that they've incorporated into 40K. The dwarves are basically that.
Yeah. And so
They
that's
are like clones made by AI.
colonization for the sake of colonization versus exploration, or vice versa. Because, like, yeah, why do you need humans? Exactly. So, like, if you want to put someone on Mars, that's a thing. That's a noble thing to try to do, right? Like, human thing. But if you're putting someone on Mars that has never been on Earth, then you're just putting Martians on Mars. Which is kind of its own thing, but, like, that's not the point. So, are you doing it for survival? Are you doing it for clout? What's the purpose?
Are you doing it for mineral rights?
Right? That's a fair thing. Do you have the rights to clone somebody to make them work in a mine their entire life? This is why sci-fi authors are so cool, right? Like,
Yeah.
they ask these questions, and then
have
billionaires
been
go,
asking these
"That's a great idea. Let's do that." It's like, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
You myopic manatees.
Yep.
Stop it.
Okay, I'm gonna call it before I go completely batshit bananas.
Yep.
Thanks for hanging out today, everybody. Yeah, we'll be back next week. I'll try to do something on Monday, and then Wednesday I'll probably be busy, and then we'll try to do something on Friday. That's the plan. That's what I'm hoping for. Otherwise, we'll just have a weird kind of off week next week. You trapped, kid? You good? Otherwise, that's all I got. Thanks for hanging out. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your desk on the table. We'll catch everybody next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.